Rush here this morning. Police are looking for a
The
suspect.
only
Damn, BT.
I came up in the field. I came up in the field.
Good morning, y'all.
Dirty circle.
Wait. I usually don't do this, but I got a whole turtle in my yard. Come on with me. Hold on. I got a whole turtle in my yard. I was trying to get it out. My dog going crazy. My phone just died on me. But we here. Appreciate you being here. This is DaOnes Detective Agency. I am your fearless lead detective. Uno the one. I've never experienced this turtle probably like this big. It's just sitting in my. So where I live at, I live in the sticks out here, and I live in Metro Atlanta. So I live out in Cobb County, but I live in Powder Springs. So it's kind of tucked off. You gotta know where you're coming to come to my crib. We have coyote out here. We have deer, frog. We have all the regular stuff that you have out in the wilderness. But today was the first day. I got a big ass stream that runs behind my backyard in the woods because I got probably like an acre and a half of land or whatever, and it runs behind my yard. So we get a lot of nature. It's cool with me, but I've never seen a turtle like this. Shoot, I wish I could show y'all real quick, but my phone just died, so I gotta let it stay on the charger. Bo, get your butt back in here. He trying to get it. Back up, dude. Back up. Let me see if I can show y'all real quick. Good morning. Good morning. We finna get to it. I took a Bo. I took a picture of it. Can y'all see this? Hold on. Let me back up a little bit. See? This is right now. That's why I was running late getting on. I don't know if you can see it all the way, but boom. Bro, leave the turtle alone. See him? You just out here cooling. So that's what I was dealing with this morning. Trying to get everything good to go. Trying to settle Bo down because he is acting a fool because he like nature. He like friends. He's like me. Animals feel safe around me. So I guess, I got good energy going right now. So I want to say good morning, and good morning. Welcome to all of my detectives that's in here. If you see me looking off to the side, that's because I'm getting myself together. And here I am. I'm together now. Turn this down. How y'all feeling? Hope everyone is good. Everyone's in a safe space, in a good place. Listen, I hope y'all clocked in. Before we get to this case, I hope y'all have clocked in today. Golly. I'm excited. I like animals, y'all. The older I get, the more I like animals. It's cool. I mean, damn, I be having deer Just 2 days ago, I had a whole family of deer, probably 15 deer in that same area. They were eating all of the ivy leaves. They just, I guess that's what they like to eat. So I was just out there cooling. My son is terrified of deer because he had an accident. He ran into a deer, and from that point on, bro, don't mess with no deer, boy. He do not mess with no deer at all. Y'all know what it is, man. Before we get into the show, man, we got to go ahead. This was my little precursor to saying, hey, good morning, welcome in. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm about to hit go on IG. And y'all know when we hit go on IG, that means we officially clocked in. We ready to go. I hope you clocked in. I hit go on IG. Ain't no time to play. Let's go.
Rush here this morning. Police are looking for a
The
suspect.
owned
or
lead
suspects,
detective
rather, in a deadly
agency
shooting. Two people were
capable
shot
of
and killed.
handling
DPD, they
these
released this video
grotesque
here.
and
A red
obscene
car
cases.
pulls up, four masked men get out and
Look
run
no
for the
further
store with
than the
guns.
DaOnes Detective Agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
Hey, what's up?
DaOnes Detective Agency, with your captain, Uno the One.
I like that little bot right there. That thing be going off, man. That thing be going off. Y'all, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all see I'm repping for my son, man. This is where he played ball. Like Cole was starting in college. You know, I be repping for all my kids. I had my baby girl shirt on yesterday. Because, you know, I be proud of my kids, man, because, hey, they came from me. And whoa, boy, it was a doozy. It was a doozy. Hey, man, good morning, good morning, good morning, man. Y'all make sure y'all spend by the highwaycollection.com. Go ahead and get dripped up, draped out. You know, that's what I be in. That when I step out on the scene, I be in that hwycollection.com. Y'all know y'all can hit the highway, put in the discount code UNO, and get you a discount. But I ain't gotta tell you. I don't have to tell you about it. I can just show you.
Hey, G, this shit hard. Fuck, nigga.
Steve-O go crazy. She say she like my lingo, like the way I talk. She like a nigga style, the way I put it on. And she can tell a nigga pay, don't have to show it off. But she can tell by all these sticks that I'm a fucking boss. She love the way I smell, she love a nigga fragrant. She see the way I hustle, love the way I take risks. She peeping how I move, she see I taught her game. Uno the one, she had a real, she can fuck with mine. Before I fell off from the wrench, I had the wrench, that mean I'm dressing well. Barbies all around me with toy bodies like they from Mattel. For those who try to infiltrate, I feel sorry for you infidels. You used to be the shit, but took a dip like Caitlin's rookie year. These women that you chasing crave my presence, we are not the same. Heavy like I'm.
I always be rapping that song when it come on, man. Make sure y'all stop by the highwaycollection.com to get your drip taken care of. Now it is time for roll call. This is what we call and see what detectives are going to be on the case today and making sure y'all clocked in. Let me go ahead and see. The first detective on the roll call today is our girl, Booby. Booby, good morning. Hey, Boo. I hope everybody's good to go. She said, great day, good people. Get your cups ready. Get them cups together. We putting people in prison. It's my girl, the lead detective in the building. She said, welcome to DaOnes Detective Agency. Flash my ENT. Smash the like button as you clock in for another wild case. Make sure you clock in. That's by hitting the like. If you on Facebook, hit the hearts. We ain't hitting no thumbs up. They don't recognize that as engagement. So hit the hearts and any other emoji except for the thumbs up. If you on YouTube, you can hit the emojis on the right-hand side of the screen. You can be surprised. You can celebrate. You can have hearts. You can do anything. But I need you to make sure you hit the thumbs up on the initial screen so you can come in to get paid. On Friday, I'm going to hand out paychecks if payroll got y'all together. You know what I'm saying? So I just need to make sure y'all do that. Sharon, hey, Detective Sharon. How you doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Make sure you clock in on the way in. Y'all, that turd. See, that was he gone now. He done dipped. He dipped. I hope a little hawking that thing get him up. You know what I'm saying? What up, B? Bitch, salute to B. Make sure y'all go follow my boy B. Great artist. Got a new song out featuring your boy, Uno the One, Jenny Hard-Headed Son. Pick a side. Go ahead and stream that on all platforms. Make sure y'all spin by. Tap in with that boy, Young Tay White. Young Tay White just dropped 2 new videos yesterday. I repeat, 2 new videos yesterday. Make sure you go and see if you messing with it or not. If you liking the video, look at the video. You're like, okay, I rock with that. Put a heart in the comments. If you're not, put a shit pile emoji like that in the comments. Like, we ain't messing with that song. That song trash. Might say, good morning, Detective B. Hey, Detective Muffin is in the building. She said, I'm sorry I'm late. I went on the coffee run. She ain't even ask y'all, did y'all? Y'all ain't get me no, just because I'm vegetarian and shit, but y'all don't be wanting to bring me nothing, boy. I think I'm gonna find me a new detective agency. I might be a private investigator because y'all don't even watch out for me. I'm glad you here though. Hit that like button so you can get your paycheck. My boy Fly High Pizza in the building. Pizza, salute to Fly High, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Well, you on Facebook. Hit that heart button to make sure you get clocked in so you get your check on Friday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, so we done did roll call. We got people coming in. They'll be coming in late. We'll update them on the way in. Y'all, today's case for you great detectives is called Burned Alive. Burnt alive. Yes, we burnt them. We burnt them. You feel me? But you got your cuffs, I got my cuffs. You got your pepper spray, I got my pepper spray. You might need a pew-pew for this one. You got your pew-pew? Check it. And I got my Zaisha. I need this for these clues. Let's get into the case.
She but so like somebody probably set the cone for or something. I don't know. She just come out of the woods to my house.
That's the worst one I've seen. I couldn't believe she was still conscious and alert with the amount of burns she had.
What did she do that was so awful that she would die a torturous death like this? That's what we want to know.
So let me get this. Wait a second. Let me get this right. So on the 911 call, the man say the lady that came out the woods on fire. They just came out of the woods on fire, bro. Come on, Slime. What we into already? I can't just never have no peaceful case. Why we don't get jaywalkers?
Nothing to do with nothing.
We don't get nothing. We don't get no regular drug dealers.
That's my friend. I would never hurt her.
Oh, whoever said that. Hold on. We finna go back. We only 27 seconds in the show. We finna go back, y'all. Listen to this person who said, my friend, I never hurt her. Somebody give me some cuffs.
She went burnt. She but so like somebody
I'm
probably
here looking like somebody granddaddy with their head on like that.
She just come out of the woods to my house.
That's the worst one I've seen. I couldn't believe she was still conscious and alert with
I only
the
wear
amount
hats
of
when my
burns she
hair ain't
had.
done.
What did she do that was so awful that she would die a torturous death like this? That's what we want to know. I have nothing to do with nothing. That's my friend.
Yeah. That right there, that person, whoever said that right there, she the one. We need to watch her.
On March 24th, 2010, a man named Terrence sat outside his home in Pensacola, Florida, enjoying the fresh night air.
Florida. And that's where my boy, shout out to my boy K Beezy. Salute to Beezy. Somebody go tag Beezy. Somebody tag Beezy and tell Beezy, boy, we down there where you at. Boy, they say they burn the folk alive out there. Tag Detective Beezy, K Beezy. Let them know. Man, Fly say, yep, that's a guilty cry. Set up. I'm with you. Detective. Oh, yeah, they did it. Modesty. See, we on point today.
By all accounts, it was a perfect spring night. That is, until a faint voice rang out from the forest surrounding his home. At first, Terrence couldn't make out what the voice was saying, And then it came again,
Ooh, look all that new
a
growth, y'all.
panicked and
It's been about
pained
3 months.
moan. It was a woman calling out for help. Terrence couldn't have had the slightest idea of the gruesome crime that had just been committed against this woman, a crime so brutal that you may have trouble believing it.
In reference to the call, we're on scene and fire saying that
They said they burnt that lady up wearing them. They probably thought she was the Wicked Witch of the West. See, I'm starting
patient, she's got second-degree burns over 100% of her body, but she's saying that there was no vehicle involved, that people dragged her out of her house and set her on fire.
At first, through the forest shrouded in shadows.
So they just went in her house, drug out, and put gas on it, littered. Oh my word, Pensacola.
Terrence couldn't make out the woman calling for help.
Hey, I'm finna be real racist right now. Y'all think these black people are white people? Put B in the comments for black, W for white. B in the comments for black, W for white. I'm gonna sit here for a second and wait. This one is we got a long way to go in this case, so I can't talk a lot today. So y'all gotta be sharp.
Later, when he finally could, he was horrified. A 19-year-old woman, Adriana Zimmerman.
Hey man, hey bro, I don't know, bro. I had told her to hit my phone, man. Hit my phone. My phone, it might be my phone though, because my shit is tripping. Y'all seen I just took it off the charger and it went instantly dead. Instantly dead. Okay. Let me see. I see got a couple of my detectives in here. We putting in information. Y'all own it today. Dang, modesty. It's more to that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Black, okay. Black folk. My boy Big say black. Detective Sharon say white. Okay. I'm with see, look. So they in the middle. She look like she might be mixed. We in the middle, y'all. We in the middle. Okay. Zimmerman as in George. Burn. Ooh, y'all like shit.
Slowly stumbled toward him out of the darkness. Burns coated every inch of her skin, so severe that he couldn't make out the color of her skin or whether she was wearing any clothes at all. Terrence called 911 while Adriana sought refuge on his porch.
911, what's going on out there? Somebody outside burn up. Her, this lady on fire right now. She what? She burnt all up. You gotta. She burnt? She burnt.
Don't do that. Now this little lady just made me mad, boy. Dispatch lady, don't do that. Don't talk about she what? Girl, you from Pensacola? You know how we talk. Don't do that. You did too much. Did she just do too much when she talking about from what? From what? Y'all let me know if I'm off base this morning. Did she from what? Cause you know what that grinds my gears. Cause y'all sister, my wife, the head detective behind the head detective, she used to do that shit to me, laugh in my face, tell me talking about it. I ain't even really know what you was saying in the beginning. So you would just laugh, you just I'm thinking I'm telling the best jokes. Let me get back, man. Burnt, ma'am, like she didn't understand. What? Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Somebody probably set the call for something. I don't know. She just come out of the woods at my house.
As they waited for EMS to arrive, Terrence noted that Adriana smelled heavily of gasoline, and there was a severe injury on her head in addition to the burns. Whatever she had endured.
So they done ran in the house, probably hit her with a pole, a bat, a pistol. They drug her down the stairs, probably boom, 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 head hitting, poured gas on her, so that gas in her eye burnt her up in jail. Ooh, y'all dirty. Who did this, y'all?
Had left her barely clinging to life. By 9:24 p.m., an EMT arrived at the scene to find Adriana sitting on the porch with her arms outstretched, rocking back and forth to soothe her pain. The extent of her burns meant that the EMT on the scene couldn't offer her much medical assistance. Even for a seasoned EMT, the sight was deeply disturbing.
She was kind of moaning. She was just in a sitting position, and the way she was looking it hurt to move anywhere, so she was kind of in whatever position she was the most comfortable. It was in a sitting with her arms stuck straight out. She was moaning, and it was hard to understand her due to her jaw. Her jaw was very deformed and stuck out. So she kept, mumbling, help me. And I told her, I'll try to help you. You just got to stay there and try not to move for me. Really, with a burn victim like that, there's nothing much we can do until EMS gets there.
And your training experience when you saw her, what was your first thought?
That's the worst one I've seen. I couldn't believe she was still conscious and alert with the amount of burns she had.
Did you feel her condition was grave?
Yes, sir.
Just from your experiences and what you've seen?
Yes, sir. Just from seeing that, plus the head trauma, the amount of head trauma she had to her face, I would not have expected her to make it through the night. She kept telling me I'm about to pass out. I'm about to pass out. So I told her try to stay awake for me, and I wanted to get the info of the suspects before she passed out.
Fearing that she would never wake up if she passed out, the EMT dug for all the information that he could about what happened to her. She managed to tell him that she'd been...
Ooh, that's a good point, Fly High. That ain't no boyfriend type flirt. Sound like another woman. Hey, detectives, that's a good question. Are we thinking this another woman or this man? A man type situation. Put W for woman in the comments, M for man. Let me know. Nikwe, I'm with you. Like, Jesus Christ. She a strong woman, boy. She a strong woman, bro. Ooh, wee. No, I know that hurt.
Taken from her house, tased, beaten with a crowbar, and then set on fire.
Did y'all hear what just happened to that lady? She was tased, beat with a crowbar, and then set on fire. Y'all think that's a lady? Shit, that might be a group. Because Adriana did not look like she was going for much. Let's be real. Like, that sounded like it was a team. It might have been a group of the neighborhood husbands that got on her top. Modesty said woman, Muff said woman, Nikwe said definitely a woman, but it's more than one person. That's a hate scenario. You're like, she must was sleeping with somebody, man, or some money went missing somehow, bruh.
En route to the hospital, the paramedic supervisor tended to Adriana's wounds as much as they were able to. In their interview with the police, they disclosed heart-wrenching details of the ride to the hospital.
And I told her, keep fighting. And she kept saying over and over again, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And I told her I was going to try. And she said, just tell me I'm going to wake up and see my babies. I got to talking to her, and I told her that I was probably going to be the last person she talked to for a while, and that in order to catch the people that did this to her, I needed her to tell me if she knew who it was. And I asked her why they did it to her, and she said, I thought we'd made up.
Without being able to give more details about the horror she had endured, Adriana was given morphine for her pain and fell into a coma. Investigators were desperate to find the perpetrators behind such a heinous crime. It wasn't long before they inferred that wading through all the convolution and getting to the heart of the horrific incident was going to be anything but clear-cut. This is Cypress Trail Mobile Home Park, where 19-year-old Adriana had only lived for a few months before the horrific incident.
Boy, they did that to a baby. Oh, they did that to a baby, boy. Oh, y'all dirty as hell,
took place.
Boy.
Adriana moved to Florida with her children from her hometown of Lubbock, Texas. Her family, who lovingly nicknamed her Augie, missed her from the moment she left for the Sunshine State. She was a loving, dedicated mother to her 2 children, and her final words before she fell into a coma confirmed this. En route to the hospital, barely clinging to life, she repeatedly asked the medical professionals to take care of her children and check on them since they were home alone. Mere hours after Adriana was taken to the hospital, law enforcement arrived at the trailer park. They knocked on Tina Brown's door at lot number 3 of the trailer park, where she lived with her 16-year-old daughter, Brittany Miller. Then they knocked repeatedly at lot number 1, where Heather Lee resided with her husband.
Them girls jumped on that girl. Them girls jumped on that girl because she was the new little thing in town in the trailer park. Them girls jumped on that girl, man. Yeah, bro. We just seen the gang. The gang of fucking ratchets. Ratchet bloods. And she just said, the victim said, I thought we made up. So, yeah, she thought that was probably her homegirls. And it probably was about a dude. Watch this. Watch this. See, they done got mad at the snow bunny and set her afire. Oh God, she was a little Spanish, little woo. You feel me? She was the one. Yeah, man. God dang, bro. Look at her that.
Darren lay for nearly
Look
an
at they
hour.
all did it.
No one responded until finally, after incessant knocking, Heather.
They knocked on the door for an hour.
Answered. She, Darren, and Tina had been holed up.
1, 2, 3, all of them. Y'all got y'all cuffs? Y'all got y'all cuffs? Who? Hey, Muff. I'm gonna let you get Heather. Modesty, you get Tina. Me and Sharon, we gonna get Darren ass. I might have to rough his ass. Yeah, I had to swing on his. I ain't swing on nobody in a minute. See, that's why I was on probation, because I was swinging on folks. I just hit Darren in his mouth, so we gonna Sharon put your cuffs on him. I swung on his bitch ass. Yeah, you in this girl business. Stay out of girl business, nigga.
Up inside her home the entire time. By then, the police had plenty of questions for them. Throughout the interrogations you're about to see, law enforcement is forced to wade through a sea of contradictions and.
They all did it. That's right. Tina, the leader. Tina looked like she used the crowbar. But I'm thinking Darren, the dude, the leader, he's a real hoe, boy. You in girl business. You a hoe, boy.
Lies created by suspects who were seemingly racing each other to dry land. That race to escape began the moment Heather Lee was put in a cop car to be brought back to the station for questioning.
Nah, I can bet my bottom dollar.
The following footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional.
Cause modesty, he's sitting up there. I told these hoes I ain't had nothing to do with it. I just said y'all should get her. You know what I'm saying? And he just sitting back with that confident look like I ain't touched her, but I told them hoes to do it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I'm calling them like that because they ain't had, bro, come on, man. Unless they this let me refrain. Unless this girl might have did something to their children. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you go. That's the only way you go that vicious. If somebody did something to your child or threaten your life, you ain't doing that about no man. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's get into it. I'm gonna hold my
counselor and a licensed attorney.
I'm gonna shut up too because we got a long way to go.
All right, we'll tell him. She said she's cold back here.
Yeah. Pole pimping ass. You can tell he in the trailer park.
Can you tell me what's going on? Okay.
After setting.
That boy couldn't go to the projects. He couldn't go to the hood and get that off. He down there in the TP. He in the TP. He couldn't go to the PJ because them black girls, them real thorough, gonna be like, boy, get your broke ass out my face. You know what I'm saying?
In the car, the police leave her alone for another 20 minutes. She fidgets anxiously in the back seat.
What's your full name?
Heather.
H-E-A-T?
H-E-R.
You work anywhere?
No, sir, not at the time.
Several witnesses and neighbors interviewed allege that many people in the trailer park sold illegal substances or allegedly worked as escorts, including Tina, Heather, Adriana, and their partners. In the 4 months.
So all of them were hoeing. We just called this. We called this, man. They hoeing like hoes. Wait a minute. They out here hoeing. This is the whole factory. He can't come to my side with none of that, bro. You know, man, that shit ain't boy on your daddy, boy.
Adriana. Cops have visited the trailer park 25 times, but this time would prove to be the most ghastly, heartbreaking visit of all.
What is going on?
They done been out there 25 times, so this a known goddamn trafficking and drug crime infested area out there in the TP. Like, damn. Well, you took the words right. Unemployed. Yeah. Dead meat. Dead meat. Dead meat. It's over with. For sure. I knew that. Adriana was getting the check. They was jealous. Pimpin' D lost control. Straight up. She the new. Okay. She the new cooks on the block. Everybody was
we're investigating a battery here with your neighbor there behind you.
You know what I'm saying? They was doing too much.
The lady lives behind you. Listen to me now.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Why these niggas sound like you? Somebody listen to me now. You ain't in no sun downtown.
Pensacola might have been to sundown town.
Okay.
I wish my boy Beezy was in here
I
so I could
just
talk to
seen
him.
Audrina earlier today.
Yeah, I bet you did. Beating in the head with a crowbar.
My name is Investigator Watts. I'm with the sheriff's office, and we were called out here on an aggravated some type of disturbance tonight. Okay, where your neighbor was critically injured, and you have been implicated.
But somebody thought I was losing my hair. They said, "Well, you need to go ahead and cut that off." He said on my Facebook page. I said, "Boy, I ain't losing no hair. My head is big as hell. I been had this big ass head, boy."
Maybe having some knowledge or information, or even being involved. Okay. I have to ask you some questions, but before I ask you any questions, I'm gonna have to advise you your rights. Okay?
The detective reads Heather her Miranda rights. She accepts them rather calmly, but her calmness and patience will start to wane as the police begin to
Nunu was popping,
really question her.
and they got jealous. Just
tell
like
me,
Fly said.
do you know the situation we're talking about here?
That's why I keep asking you what's going on.
Okay.
Snow had that cushion. The
Where
other ones
have
was
you
skinny
been
bones.
all afternoon? What have you been doing?
I've been here at the house. I was cooking. I see Audrina earlier today.
Who?
Audrina, my neighbor. She was down this way by my aunt's house talking with us earlier. And then I had went back in the house. I cooked and I laid down after that.
I ain't gonna lie, you know, I don't like me a little yeah. I ain't finna lie to you. I like that. I ain't finna say skinny girls are a turn off because there's some sexy skinny women. But you see, my lady, she got her on 180. Oh, yes, sir. 180 to about 240, 250 if you wear it right. Baby, I'm gonna go through there like that.
Okay, is anybody in the house with you?
Nobody but my husband. He was in there asleep.
That's your husband?
In the bed, yeah.
Y'all, it's just two of y'all live there?
Yeah. My kids are with my mom.
Okay, this girl.
Why the hell your kids live with your mama? You sorry, you is capable. You are more than capable to provide for your kids. You out here laying up with a husband. You laying up with a husband and your kids at your mama house. You wrong, dead wrong, baby. What is wrong with you? What kind of mama is you? But my people don't do that, man.
I was taken from her house and beaten up. Okay.
Okay. I seen her earlier today. She told me that she had a date.
My fault.
That's all she
You know how we do it, though?
And I asked her who it was. She was riding a bike up and down Detroit. And I asked her when she went that way, I said, where do you keep going when you go that way? She kept saying Fowler. But she would never tell me where on Fowler. And then she said, girl, I got a hot date tonight.
It's interesting that Heather immediately provides information to deflect the interest away from herself and toward the supposed hot date.
Do you know the lady lives in lot 3 back there?
Tina, yes, I know Tina. All of us know each other out here. I met her when she first moved out here.
Okay, how long has she been here?
I'm not quite sure. It's been a couple months, though. She ain't been living out here no longer than a year.
Okay, where did you go tonight before we got here?
Tonight?
Tonight? Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere.
So you've been in your house?
I've been here and down by Tina's house and by my aunt's house and back here. I was here cooking. My other aunt, my mom's sister, came right.
Did you not hear what this man said? Did you not hear the question that man asked you? He said, what did you do tonight before we got here? I ain't do nothing. You was home? Yeah. But then I was down by Tina's house. Then I ran by my mama's house. Then I came by my cousin's house. Then I came back here and then I was cooking. So, baby girl, you did something. You did something. That's what you did. You already shaky. Your answers ain't flowing how they need to flow. I ain't buying it. And I know that my detectives ain't buying it. I'm glad we got your ass in cuffs already. We got you in cuffs already. My boy Fly House said, hey, hot date is an understatement, boy. A flaming hot date. I'm talking about, I don't want none of these hot dates. She immediately go, yeah, she take her up the road. Sharing, tricking information is dangerous. It was damn so hot for her. She did it. Yeah. She did it. Y'all sharp today. We ain't playing.
Here,
But we got 4 more people.
And I was in there cooking fish and fries. And it's still on the stove.
Heather telling the officer that the fish is still
I wonder what kind of fish you're cooking. Probably some tilapia.
on the stove
You know,
is
we
an
love
attempt
us
to
some
prove that she's
tilapia.
being truthful.
Down in the country,
reality,
we ate
her
white.
desperation
That's
to
what we used to
provide
tear that white
evidence
up
of her
because it was the
activities
cheapest fish
only
we
makes
get.
her look more suspicious. People who are innocent often don't feel such a stark need to back their story up. In just a moment, you'll see her try to validate her whereabouts even more by listing people who can provide her with an alibi. Take note of just how many times she does this.
I won't sit here.
Tilapia didn't get popping until I stopped eating meat. So it's been for me with the last 10 years. I ain't even had. I had tilapia before my partner died, before Nikwe's father died, Henry. He used to fry that motherfucking tilapia so good. I had one piece of that junk, bro. Matter of fact, it was our football game, our Halloween football game, bro. We played that Saturday, Halloween. We played that Saturday morning, and then we played Friday, and then Saturday, and he fried the fish for the team, for the boys. Fish, fries, chicken. You know, my boy used to get crazy on that grill. He fried that up for the kids. The boys were playing. We had the bounce house, the single parents, the moms, everybody would be kicking it. Sean, Nikwe mama bought the cotton candy machine. It was just us. That's how we used to kick it. That's how we used to kick it with the boys. We'd be at the park all day from sun up to sundown, cooking. My boy fried me some fish, man. That next day, on the 1st of November, he got killed. The next day, the next couple hours. And that was the only time I ever had tilapia. I stopped eating meat after that.
Yeah. And believe what you're saying, but we're getting information. You know what's going on here.
We got so much to still cover, but we got a lady that was tased, beat with a crowbar, and burnt. They thought they burnt her alive. She got up, walked out the woods where they had her, went to a neighbor and gave them the rundown of what happened. We in here, T. Thank you for being here. Let's get back to the case.
You and Tina.
I don't know anything about what's going on here. Like I said, I was here at the house.
Yeah, that was the last time I ever had tilapia.
I talked to my mom. My aunt came here, her the kids. My 2 cousins was in the car with her. My aunt down in the 4th trailer, she seen me today. My Uncle Charles seen me today.
So you're sitting here and telling me that you and Tina, y'all didn't have a problem?
Everybody got an Uncle Charles.
This girl back there.
I didn't have no problem with Audrina. I've been hanging out with Audrina every day. All of us been hanging out together.
You and Tina didn't jump on her?
No, I didn't do nothing to Audrina. I would not harm a hair on her head.
Heather's protesting that she couldn't have been involved because she would never hurt any part of Adriana is known as a convincing statement. This type of statement is often a sign of deception, as a truthful person's first instinct would likely be to outright deny an allegation, rather than try to convince the person posing the question of something.
I had to protect her once before. Because her and some girls was getting into it. And I stopped them from jumping on her. Other than that, I haven't had any problems with her. Her kids.
So you the hero. You stopped them from jumping on and you ain't get no leaks in. You alive?
I always have her kids with me.
You alive?
Me and Audrina is just like that. Ever since she moved out here, we became friends.
Here, Heather's palm seems to be facing up as she's speaking. The palm-up position is not very affirmative, and it suggests that the speaker is asking or pleading to be believed. This may indicate that she's feeling uncertain about the statement she just made.
And the kids, I love the kids. They went with me to get my hair done and everything. I seen her this morning, and then I seen her about 2 and about 3.
Where'd you see her at?
I seen her down this way by my aunt's house. She was right down there. Yeah, she was right down there.
That's when you were down there when you saw her.
Yeah,
those 3.
She came over to the
car. So you're saying you saw her 3 different times?
Yeah, I seen her. She was down there. She was down there. She was talking to me.
Is that all you know about this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I put that on everything I know.
And you swear that the statement you gave me is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir. Audrina is my friend.
You gave anything? No, sir.
The police conclude their interview, but what Heather requests next is very telling and makes her look even more suspicious.
I want to see her.
See who?
Adriana.
Well, that's not going to be possible right now. Where you found her? Would you tell me if you knew what happened?
Yes, sir.
Why would you want to see her? Like, why would you want to see her? And then that brought about the tears when you said, I want to see her. I don't know, bro. I ain't Heather, girl, you in prison. I don't know. She might not have participated, but she knew what was going on. Nah, she lying. I think she in there, bro. I think she in there. She kicked and hit too. She probably was the taser. She probably hit her with the yap yap. It was three people involved. Unless it's somebody else. No, that was focused the dude. I hope like hell that man didn't put his hands on them. I hope like hell that man was not the one that helped. Because they said it was tase, crowbar, and fire. I think that's 3 different individuals. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? So if them the only 3 she saw, that was the only 3 times she saw her, how she stopped them from jumping on her? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not making sense. Do they think she dead? Yeah, they think she's dead, bro. She's definitely involved. Hey, Sharon said, I would, to see how my friends is. I don't have an Uncle Charles, y'all. Dang. Okay. You slipped out now. Uncle Charles, cool. They usually be the cool uncle, let you do anything at their house.
That's my friend.
You can drink, you get your first little drink.
All right, we'll be back with you in just a second.
At y'all house.
Once more, Heather is left in the car. She shifts uncomfortably and sniffles, wiping her tears until it seems she cannot take the anxiety brewing inside of her any longer. While to some her next actions may seem to be those of a desperate friend, to others they likely appear to be those of a suspect trying to feign concern.
Baby! I wanted to know what's going on. Huh? I wanted to know what's going on.
Didn't the investigators tell you already?
Yeah, they told me that, but...
Okay, well, I can't tell you any more than what they told you, sweetheart.
All right, they didn't tell me I was under arrested or...
No, you're not under arrest.
Okay. How can I find out where can I go see her at?
You just got to wait, okay?
And then when they all get done, I can find out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Your husband's gonna come in here. He wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Meet Darren Lee, Heather's husband.
He's
no stranger to run-ins with law enforcement, having been convicted of 2 prior felonies in 2001, including battery and sale of a controlled substance. As soon as he's put in the car, it seems that the couple begins retracing their steps in a discreet way to ensure her and Darren's stories are aligned once they're separated for questioning. This early in the investigation, we can only speculate as to the reason behind Heather and Darren having been placed in the vehicle together.
I pray my daughter is not influenced by a jackass when she get out here in this world and get her a man that's like this. I ain't even saying a trap nigga. If you get you a trap, because your daddy used to do that or whatever, but you got to be a smart trap nigga that's not in it to win it. I don't want to be known as the biggest. I just need to pay these bills, because that's what trapping is, to pay bills, not to flash and, oh, I'm going to stack up this money and get me a whip. Nah, you supposed to goddamn trap and then turn it into something else. It's not a lifetime job, right? So even if she get her a street dude that's savvy in the streets, I want him to be smart enough to know that I'm not going to leave this young lady. You got to have you somebody that can get you out of jail. My homeboy, Henry Frank Bell, told me, buddy, your girl a good one. Don't involve her in nothing that we got going. Because when shit hit the fan, you got to have a number to call to get you out. And that always stuck with me. Always, don't lead your girl. Keep your girl in the dark. All you do is bring her the money. Here. Sit. Where you get this from? Don't worry about it. Be here. Do what you need to do with it. Get you something. I love you. But y'all be, yeah, bro, y'all niggas ain't no real. Man, let me get on back to the stove, bro. Let me get on back to this.
It's possible that law enforcement just needs to secure them for the time being. However, it's also a possibility that officers are intent on capturing what the two might inadvertently disclose as the camera is running.
That's what we did this.
Don't play where you lay.
That's what they told me.
They say, we were finna go down and ask some questions or something.
I'm gonna what?
Go down and ask some questions. I told them before that Block and Brown came by and ate some fish with them. Told them that y'all may leave. But she said that you told them that we were asleep.
I told her that I was just in her sleep.
448, copy code.
I told them that we was eating fish like the roof.
Go ahead, 448. 17,
yeah, and I was right there on the couch. I'm blocking ground.
She green as a bean, boy. Y'all know they put y'all in that car together for a reason. It's cameras in that motherfucker. And he know he done been in and out the system, bro. You a trapper. You should be clever. See, this is what I'm talking about. Dumb trappers. Like dumb trappers. Like, well, you ain't smart. Getting locked up is you're not a trapper that I want to do business.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm bored, man. That's why I'm not doing this. They get my team back for enough questions. Y'all let get charged this and shit. You don't want to ask y'all some questions.
I ain't got no problem with going. Like I told him. I seen Adriana earlier today.
They talking about the gas can and everything else.
What gas can?
Gas can from the on the floor.
The gas. Them gas cans been on the porch. I don't even know who gas cans are there.
I told them Jerry's.
I don't know who gas cans those is.
Y'all ain't even cover y'all tracks. Y'all.
Heather's reaction to Darren mentioning the police taking gas cans off their porch is rather frantic and over the top.
Yo, don't talk to me. Don't say nothing, baby. I love you.
Especially considering the fact that at this time,
that's all I would have said.
Officers had not even disclosed that Adriana was burned.
We gonna be straight.
I ain't know what the hell was going on.
You don't tell them folks.
They told me I just seen her today, and now they saying she in intensive care. I seen her before it got dark.
I ain't hear them say that intensive care.
She asked me for a name today.
I'm gonna give you about a minute more. Say you.
They left the gas can on the porch. I told them it was Jerry shit. Y'all can't tell me, bro, ain't in the mix of this. He ain't the lead. He ain't the one that got down orchestrated the whole hit. He ain't the one that's got down getting the cut off the top when these ladies escorting with these niggas, these men. Giving them free drugs so they can be juiced up to go do what they want to do. Probably some weed and some pills to go lay up with these Johns. Like, first off, I ain't sitting in no call for nobody to do an investigation. They are willing to participate in the investigation, guilty. Just slow as fuck, for sure. His big dumb ass left or burnt. Yeah, he did. He in it. Let's get back to it, y'all.
Things that we fixing to go. I need to talk to you real quick. All right? I'll give you about a minute more. Say goodbye.
Hey, am I on arrest?
You are not free to go at this time, so you can consider whatever you want to consider. You're not free to go right now.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
I think I can hold you 48 hours or something. I don't know. You are
48 hours.
I think you were detained at this time. How about that? So we get a chance to talk to you. Okay?
They just want to talk to you.
Oh.
The two are being detained as the officer has reasonable suspicion that there is criminal activity afoot, or evidence of criminal activity to be found through the
he not detained though. He not detained though.
Questioning of the individuals. A detention is different than an arrest, which requires that the officer has probable cause to believe a crime has in fact been committed, was in the process of commission, or was about to be committed. The standard for probable cause is higher than that of reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion must be based on specific and articulable facts, combined with rational inferences from those facts, and the suspicion must be
What y'all
associated
think
with
about
the
this view right
specific
here? Y'all cool with
individual
this
or
view when we be going
individuals
big
being
so I can stay on the
detained.
screen? What y'all think about it? Y'all let me know.
I'm kind of get me involved in whatever happened with that. Told me, I don't know, man. I ain't seen that whole goddamn thing.
You get my phone and call Jean.
The Jean that Heather is referring to is an attorney who she will be asking for rather frantically soon. After this, Heather, Tina, and Darren were brought to the station for further questioning. However, there was still one person missing whom cops desperately wanted to speak with, 16-year-old Brittany.
I told you. I told y'all it was one more person involved. Because think about it. I'm not thinking this nigga got enough nuts to be the one to hit her with the thing, taser, or pour gas on her. So it had to be 3 women to do that, bro. 3 women. It had to be 3 women to do that. What y'all think? Y'all think he touched her, or this new 16-year-old daughter to one of the ladies, probably Tina, because she red. They're probably Tina, baby. Oh, hear me out. Hear me out. Brittany had words with Miss Adriana. I beat your little ass, though. You better stop playing with me. Cause Lil Brittany, she look big. She like a big girl. I'm like she don't look like no little 16-year-old. She look like she can hold her own. Is what I'm saying. I ain't saying she look like a big girl. She look like a girl like that. All right, you gonna have to go around or two to get her off you. Okay. They done had words. Her and Miss Adriana done had words. Brittany done went back and told Tina. Tina done came and with a taser. Little Brittany right here was banking her with the goddamn crowbar. They killed her. Well, they knocked her out. Heather done went and got the gas, pulled on and burnt up. That's my case. That's what I'm going.
Brittany Miller, Tina's daughter. Tina told police that earlier Brittany had left for the hospital with her friends, Jessica and Mallory, in Tina's maroon SUV.
Got his prints on it. Let me
Brittany
clean my
had hurt
glasses.
her hand, though Tina told investigators that she didn't know how. Investigators searched the area for Brittany and the SUV, but their initial searches proved fruitless. Brittany's name, car make, and model, and her physical description were broadcast to all patrol units in a desperate attempt to find her. Without Brittany in custody, back at the station,
Fly. I disagree with that junk too, bro. You can't just detain me on no because you feel like type vibe, man, to waste my time. And then like, what if I'm not accustomed to the interaction with the law enforcement? So now I'm automatically jittery and I'm you know what I'm saying? And I'm automatically looking guilty. I wonder how many people have been wrongfully convicted, wrongfully jailed because an officer was just detaining them because they had an attitude or was having a bad day. Yeah, Nico, you right. That was Tina's daughter. Yeah. Something like that, because one of them couldn't handle they couldn't handle
thorough questioning of Tina, Heather, and Darren began. On top of their stories contrasting with one another, even their demeanors in the interrogation rooms were wildly different. You have Heather, who is clearly distressed.
Officer!
Yes, ma'am.
Please give me a nurse or something.
For what?
I don't feel good.
I wouldn't be feeling good either right now.
I have an anxiety attack.
Yeah,
I have anxiety attacks.
Well, I've already called. They're supposed to be coming back to you. Okay? That's all I can do right this moment.
Okay.
Sit up there in that chair up there and set your head down on that desk. And just breathe right.
Okay? He is not concerned.
Please let it be all right. Please let it be all right.
So you crying out to Big Dog. You crying out to the Big Dog because you want him to save you because you hope she's all right. So you don't get them charges. You don't get that murder charge. You can shake on assault with a deadly weapon. Trust me, I've done that before. It's gonna cost you a couple thousands, but you can shake on that. But that M turned to a L, straight like that, straight like that. Her ass ain't fried that fish right. Her stomach hurting. She'll be all right. Yeah, she done bring it up out that grease too early. Hell yeah, she all right. Talking about anxiety attack. Girl, get back. Them niggas ain't used to no Spanish woman. It's sad, but you must beat them to
Heather's
death because
anxiety is
they keep
tangible
coming.
in the 30
Black
minutes
women
she's left
know
alone
not to
in the
fight no Mexican.
interrogation room.
That's why they jumped on
And
her.
as you'll see shortly when her interrogation continues, she has every reason to be anxious.
And you hit it on the head. Look, they tased her. They beat her in the head severely. They said, the police said her head and her facial wounds were severe with the crowbar. They set her on fire, burnt her up in the woods. She got up and walked. You got a kid? Yeah. Them Spanish people got that heart, boy. It's to the death. It's to the death, and they mean that. Ready to close their eyes, goddamn do 3 Hail Marys and go on to glory. But stop playing with these Spanish people. They ain't playing like that.
Husband, on the other hand, didn't seem entirely concerned when he was interrogated, even casually chatting with someone on the phone beforehand.
Well, man, I'm all right.
Bro on the phone with another woman. Bro on the phone with his side. Why his wife finna go to prison for L? He's setting on the next motion. Oh my God.
I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. I'm copacetic right now.
Not cold. Not big cold. You already know that.
I'm really type of dude, man. I'm call you when I get home.
You ready, man?
477. Yeah. I'm for real. I'm gonna call you right back, man.
I'm getting off this goddamn phone.
Who is it?
I got to, I don't know, man. He gonna take
Ain't
my
no
phone.
way. You talking about?
You done?
I ain't get.
Yeah.
All right.
And then there's Tina, sitting emotionless in the interrogation room while she waits for police to enter and question her.
Tina and her daughter. She's giving off the most. She's giving off the most with her body language. Y'all agree? Who's giving off the most? Let's talk real quick. This might go. We still got like 40 minutes to go, y'all. Who's giving off the most with their body language? Him, Heather, Tina. We ain't see little Brittany yet. Which one of these three is looking the most guilty? Put L for Darren for lame, loser. Put T for Tina, H for Heather. Y'all let me know in the comments. Ooh, y'all trying to get y'all checked today, boy. I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, if you're on YouTube, on the right of the screen, it's hearts and smiley faces and surprise faces. Unlimited. That's how you get overtime. Friday payday. We're gonna pay you Friday. Yeah. He done got her to do the crime. Yeah. Lame as a fool.
How you doing? I'm Investigator Lee Tyree, and this is Investigator Tom Watts.
After this, the police remind
I'ma really hate if I have to apologize to this dude at the end, though. I'ma really hate it, but man, I'm gonna have to be like, my fault, bro. I thought you had something to do with it.
One of their rights now that they are officially in the interrogation rooms. An important thing to note is that Tina was the first to be interrogated, followed by Heather. Take a look at how their stories compare. Even their initial retellings of why they didn't answer the door don't lie.
I was talking to you for a few minutes. I was kind of trying to find out why you weren't answering the door when we came to your house this evening. you explained that you saw the cops and that you were nervous about that. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just watching movies.
Okay, so you, Darren, and Tina were sitting in the living room. Heather were sitting there in the living room watching movies. And when the cops knocked on the door, what'd y'all do?
We were sitting there.
Okay. Why didn't you answer the door?
It ain't my door.
Okay. Did they do anything special when the cops knocked on the door? Turn out the lights, turn off
The
TV?
lights were already off because we were being nosy, looking out the window, seeing what's going on next door.
Okay, so you saw the cops next door first? Were the lights on before the cops came over next door?
Yeah.
And then y'all turned them off when they came over next door?
You can see better with the lights off. You don't see nobody looking back at you.
Tina haven't been at my house all night.
Okay, so you sitting there in the...
Girl, Tina just said she was in your house with your husband watching goddamn Uno Does the Internet episodes, and y'all seen 12. Girl, and you gonna come up there talking about Tina was at my house all night. Come on, Whitney. Come on now. Y'all chill
in
out.
the living room watching movies. Tina hasn't been at your house?
I don't think he had anything to do with it, but I believe it's because of him.
She
I
came
can
in.
take that.
She came and knocked
I can
on the
respect
door,
that.
and I got up. She said the police was out there.
Okay.
And I just laid
He
there.
tried the fast ass daughter in front. Yeah.
Did she come
I was
in?
on
The couch.
God.
I just laid there because I was asleep.
Did she ever come in the house after she told you the police was there?
She came in the house and she sat down.
In your house?
Yeah, she sat on my couch.
And what did she?
And I asked her what was
Big. Tina is real, like a matter of fact. Like, yeah, I beat that bitch. Like
going
that.
on. She
You know
told
what
me
I'm
she
saying?
didn't know.
I'm confused here because
He
Darren
tried to
told
warn
me
Heather.
that
Heather
y'all,
go to Tina,
you and Tina were there and
and
cooked
they
them
all get
night.
into it.
Tina was there
Tina
when I was
real
cooking
spicy,
earlier.
for sure.
Okay.
But she wasn't out there all night.
Where'd she
But y'all
go?
own it
She
today,
had
bro.
left. She told me she was going home.
Okay. About what time was that?
It was what time I was cooking. It was getting dark when I was cooking, and I stopped cooking about 6 or 7.
So Tina left around 6 or 7?
Yeah, she left.
Okay. And when did she come back over to your house?
She came back probably like 30 minutes to an hour later.
So she was gone for 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And she comes back and the cops show up right at the same time?
She came in and she said the cops outside.
Did you see the cops outside that time?
I got up and I looked and I seen the lights. You can see the spotlights. I see the spotlights.
I don't know. I kind of believe Tina. I don't believe Heather. I don't believe Tina just walked up at the same time that people came. I think Tina was already in there, like she said. We was in there watching movies, kicking it. Or Heather may be telling the truth, and Tina was trying to escape from what was going on that side, so she came to their house to watch from because they didn't think they was gonna come to Heather them house. So this one got me goddamn up and down, y'all.
And where are they at?
They was outside.
Are they outside?
They was outside of Tina's house.
They were outside of Tina's
yes,
house.
They was outside of Tina's house.
Were they outside of Adriana's house at all? No?
Tina, matter of fact, with that action, boy.
They was outside of Adriana's house.
Okay, that's
when they knocked on the door
when
and
you
I
answered
came.
the door.
Yeah, when I answered.
You didn't answer the door for like an hour.
They didn't knock on my door.
Oh yeah, they beat on that door.
Not on lot 1 they did because I was laying right there on the couch and I didn't hear no locks.
Even your husband said they beat on the door and you wasn't going to answer the door. And then Tina said they beat on the door and y'all didn't answer the door. I got up.
It seems Heather is facing what is known as the prisoner's dilemma. This occurs when 2 or more individuals who are involved in a crime are isolated from one another and urged to confess to the crime.
Yeah.
Each is concerned only with receiving the shortest possible prison sentence, and each must decide whether to confess without knowing what decision the other or others will make.
And Tina said, hold on, don't answer the door. And I asked her why.
Okay.
My girl Modesty said, maybe the daughter and Ari were cool and they started beefing, so she got someone else in the trailer park who she knows was beefing with her too, and they done this together.
Tina came to my house and she told me not to answer my door. I asked her why. She said, because the cops is out there.
Yeah, cause little Brittany looked like she about that action. Little Brittany looked like she ain't mess around. She looked like she did not mess around. And she was hanging with the older ladies, and nobody put her in the place as a 16-year-old. So she felt like she could move about how she wanted to as a grown lady. So she hung with the grown ladies. You know what I'm saying? So you might be right. That is a way to look at it. I think the young daughter is the main culprit. I do too. That's why she ain't been brought into it yet. And mama just came being mama bear, and they done went too far.
Heather's emphasis points are
I'm starting to feel like slime ball ain't have nothing to do with it. He's just a slime ball.
Extremely off here when she states she's my friend, then hits the table, followed by I would never hurt her, and strikes the table again. You can actually see and hear how her nonverbal emphasis does not naturally line up with her words as it should. This is widely recognized as an indicator of deception.
And then she asked me, she said, where are the cops at? I said, they down by your house. Why you keep asking me where the cops at? And she wouldn't never say. She started acting nervous? She was acting nervous. She started back puffing on the cigarette.
Did she look like she was...
Look at her trying to get out of it. Look at her. What y'all think she did? She did the taser or the crowbar?
Been running, or did she look like she'd been in a fight?
She was acting normal.
Notice that Heather's palm is up here, which may be an indication once again that she's unsure of the story she's telling and asking to be believed.
Let me ask you a question.
She was acting normal.
You said when we asked.
And I said, Tina, you seen Adriana tonight? She said, no, I haven't seen it tonight.
And she didn't tell you why she didn't want you to answer the door.
She didn't say anything about why not to answer the door.
But she did tell you not to answer the door.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, I don't have anything to hide. I'm gonna open my door.
You a lie.
And I got up and I said,
you
who is
lie.
it? And they said, the sheriff's department.
You are a lie. Because your husband just was convicted of selling dope. You did have something to hide. You talking about you ain't got nothing to hide. You finna open your door. You a lie. You had something to do with it too, Charlie. You was in there on it or something. Something. Heather, you just ain't sitting right.
He was laying at the bottom of the couch watching TV.
I thought you said you was asleep. So you a liar.
And you're absolutely sure of this?
Yes, sir. I am sure.
Because this story's a lot different than Tina's story.
I am sure.
As the investigator has pointed out, Heather's story is wildly different from her husband's.
Okay, so you were sleeping until about 7, so you don't know anything prior to that?
No.
Okay. And your wife tells me this story about Tina coming in, saying the cops are outside, and that y'all look out and you see the cops surrounding Miss Zimmerman's trailer. And she says for y'all not to answer the door. Now, I don't recall any of that conversation going on in yours. Now, I do remember you saying y'all didn't answer the door because it was police. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Not police.
I don't want to say the police was out there.
Okay, so you don't recall Tina coming in and saying that the police are outside?
Tina was already in the house.
Let me tell you how much of a band he is, a BAN. Let me tell you how much of a BAN he is. If he would have told me what my wife said right there, and I know my shit not matching up with my girl, and my gal about to go down, and I'm about to go down. If I ain't have nothing to do with it, and I know my gal did it, I'm invoked in my rights. I need a lawyer. I'm not finna talk to y'all, and I'm not detained. I'm good. You gonna hold me for 48? I'll do these 48 in this bit. You gotta let me go after that. But these boy, he's so green, he's so ducked off. He want her to go to prison. He already got the neighborhood set up. Hey, so let me see what my girl Booby said. Boo say, earlier she said she was in the room sleeping, so how he get to the couch? Both of them can't fit on that couch. Yeah, big boy on the couch by himself. Because I know I can't.
Because your wife tells us that you and her are at home alone. Tina comes barreling in and saying, hey, the cops are outside. And y'all see the cops outside. And Tina's saying, don't answer the door.
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what Heather...
Boy, you just said your wife a lie. Man, I can't respect slime ball from here on out. I don't care if he ain't got nothing to do with
your wife.
Okay.
Why was she lying to us, Gina? I mean, she was distraught. She was crying. She was telling us this story. She seemed like
emotional.
Emotional, but she also seemed sincere.
Laughing.
Yeah.
It's possible that Heather is lying in order to make Tina look bad and compromise her alibi. Though clearly she and Darren aren't on the same page about that plan.
Obviously know something's up.
Yeah.
So tell me what happened tonight.
Nothing happened that I know of.
Notice how Tina is rubbing her neck,
So, yeah,
which is a major
trying to
red
sew herself
flag.
down.
It's
Tina
obvious
beat
that
that
she's
girl with that
feeling
crowbar.
very insecure
Come on,
and
dude.
apprehensive. Neck massaging in general is a calming response.
Yeah.
In
She
addition,
beat that
rubbing
girl
the
with that
vagus
crowbar.
nerve near the side of the neck, close to where a pulse is taken, actually results in the release of acetylcholine, which sends signals to the heart to slow down a person's heart rate. However, this isn't to say she's guilty, as she's clearly in a stressful situation, but it's also an important tell to take note of.
Your arms and hands, if I could. Okay, can I see the top signs? Okay, those old scars on there.
Yeah, I have a puppy.
Okay, and what's this right here? That little scratch there.
This?
Yeah.
I have a puppy.
Okay, and your puppy caused that?
Look, I'm going to move here.
Got your chin? Okay.
Nothing new.
All right.
No, yeah,
So where were you tonight?
at Heather's.
At Heather's house?
Well, I was at home. My daughter's braiding my hair, so I was at home, but it started hurting, and her little friends started coming by.
Remember what Tina has said here about her daughter braiding her hair. It will prove to be quite important as the investigation continues.
So Heather said she was going to cook, so I went down there. She was cooking fish and French fries, and then we just started watching movies.
Okay.
Oh, well, that was true what Heather was talking about.
Did you go anywhere from there?
Mm-mm.
You were there all night until the cops came up there?
Mm-hmm.
Tina has put her hand to her mouth here. Whether conscious or not, many individuals will attempt to hide their lie by physically covering the source of their deception.
What time did you go over there?
She's very animated, though.
Okay, so about sunset, you go over to Heather's.
Mm-hmm.
Was anybody over at Heather's house when you went over there?
Just Heather and her husband.
Do you know what happened to Adriana tonight?
No, I don't. Heather just said she got beat up, but that's all I know.
A little bit more than that. And what was Darren doing while y'all over there cooking? You think?
Laying on the couch watching movies.
Okay. All right, but you were home all night. You didn't see any kind of disturbance going on over there before the cops came over there or anything?
No, we would have heard something.
You said you saw Adriana earlier today?
Mm-hmm.
What time was that?
Adriana was coming and going on a bicycle.
Okay. You remember the last time you saw her? Was it while you were still over at Heather and Darren's?
I didn't come back out when I went to their house. We were cooking then.
Okay. So it had to have been before sunset.
Mm-hmm.
So you saw her during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And once you went over to Heather and Darren's, you never left there?
No.
You didn't go get anything or go anywhere at all?
I don't think so.
Notice that Tina's been asked several times if she went anywhere that night, not even 12 hours prior to this interrogation taking place.
You seem kind of lackadaisical about this. We're going to go out there. We know what happened out there. It's just going to be a matter of getting fingerprints and evidence back, okay?
Out where?
Fingerprints and evidence.
No, it didn't.
It started at her house.
Right.
And then it went somewhere else.
What started at her house?
The reason
so
we're
she
here.
acting
we got some
like
issues.
she ain't know.
Okay. And we're going to get to the bottom
I
of it.
thought her daughter was at the hospital too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting here talking to you, and then I certainly appreciate, and I know Tom appreciates that you're talking to us. But we got to get to the bottom of this, and we got to know what happened, the truth. And, there's two choices here. Either you're going to tell us, or Heather's going to tell us. So, who's going to be?
Tina is continuing to show signs of high anxiety, evidenced by her face, neck, and chin rubbing. It's unfortunate that the officer is throwing out questions at such a rapid pace that Tina isn't getting a chance to answer most of them.
I didn't do anything to her.
Okay.
I promise to God.
And you were home all night?
I was at Heather's house.
Okay. You were at Heather's all night. Never left there. Because, see, the story between Heather and Darren is already shaky. And your story is a third version of what they've told us so far. Okay? Now, there's pieces and parts that are the same, but they aren't exactly the same. Okay? It concerns me. It sounds a little too good, and then the parts that are breaking up, I don't understand why they're not saying the same thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so We need to get to the bottom of this, and somebody's life may end over this. We're getting told that she's in pretty critical condition at this point, and not likely to make it. So that's why we're here.
Do you understand what he's saying? Not likely to make it.
Yeah, she's about to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
That changed gears. When she dies, it's going to change gears. Okay.
I didn't do anything to her.
Okay. I don't want you to tell me anything other than the truth. Okay.
I didn't do it.
Okay. Still got a problem. Got anything?
If you know anything and you're withholding it, you want to be the first one on board. Okay? You see what I'm talking about?
You see what I'm talking about?
Once we get everybody,
She holding her mouth because Adriana popped her ass back before. Yeah, on God.
Like I said,
on God, boo.
If she doesn't make it,
Adriana been sleeping with a lot of girls, a lot of guys around there.
I realize that.
One of them could have did it. I didn't do it. I promised to go.
Oh, nah, boy, get on out of here.
While Tina maintains that she had nothing to do with the attack, Heather takes a much different approach. Their behaviors are as different as their stories are, and they only grow more dramatic as the interrogations continue.
I hate it. Go grab one across the hall. Sugar, you all right?
You know, worried about Adriana.
Yeah, I am too. I'm very worried about Adriana.
My friend.
Tell us what happened.
I don't know. I seen her earlier today. And
Heather,
she seemed like everything was all right when I seen her today.
Let me tell you a little bit what's going on, okay? We did get a chance to talk to Adriana before she went to the hospital.
Yes, sir.
She told us a few things. She told us who did this to her.
Yes, sir.
She told us where they took her and what they did to her.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think I'm talking to you?
I don't know. I would never hurt her. I always have protected her when she got into it with people in that trailer park.
Heather's statement here left investigators wondering about what kind of things everyone in the trailer park were getting into with each other, and what motive it may have provided for brutally attacking Adriana.
She's also, your friend told us you did this to her. We need to go over what you did tonight, okay?
Yes, sir.
We just talked to your other friend.
Yes,
Tina
sir.
Brown. Is that your friend?
She should have had that same emotion when y'all was on there jumping on that girl. Y'all should have shot the one with her. Shot the one with her. She did just get up tomorrow, heal up, and shoot it again.
Too?
Yes, all of in the trailer park.
And how about her daughter, Brittany?
Brittany.
Where were y'all tonight?
I was at home when y'all came. When they came to the house, I was right there in the same spot. They on their couch going to sleep.
I absolutely believe you were at home when we came over there. Where were you? Maybe half an hour, 45 minutes before that.
I was at home. Okay. I was at home. My aunt came by my house. I was in the house cooking.
You know what time your aunt came by?
Movies. It was almost dark. It was almost dark.
Okay, well, we came over to your house and started knocking on your door about 10 o'clock at night. Almost dark and 10 o'clock at night is a big difference. There's about 4 hours missing in there, okay? A good 3. A good 3.
The lady in trailer 4, that's my aunt. She seen me. Jerry and
Heather,
a lot of more people seen me at home.
Listen to me.
See me
about dark and 10 o'clock, there's a lot of hours in there.
I was right there on that couch.
Okay. So that's where you're saying you were right on that couch.
Graham and Blanca came to my house. They were laying down watching TV with us.
Okay. Anybody else come by your house?
My aunt, my cousin Crystal, my cousin Kizzy, the little baby Junior came by. Graham came by, Blanca came by.
And all
Jared was at my house.
Listen to me. And what time did they get by and what time did they leave?
It was dark when Jerry came by there. He always come down there and ask me for cigarettes.
What's Jerry's first and last name?
His name is Jerry Johnson. That's my uncle. And my aunt name
Well,
is
you
Terry
put uncle in it too. You ain't nothing,
I
girl.
talked to them at the scene, I believe, didn't we?
They stayed down the trailer floor.
I think we got statements from them down at the end. My recollection was they didn't see her this evening.
It was about 2 and 3.
I was saying I don't care about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I care about tonight.
That's the only time I see Audrey, and I haven't seen her since then.
2 or 3 in the afternoon doesn't matter. What time did your aunt and Terry Smith come by?
Terry was at home. Her son came down. I asked him to go over to the store to get me some fish fry.
Okay, that's before you start cooking. That's before dark.
Yeah.
After dark, after you cook, after dark, who comes by?
Big. I hope she go ahead and spit it out, because all this sniffling and biffling, she pissing me off.
Jerry was the only one came down. He came down for a cigarette.
Jerry Johnson.
Yes, he came down.
And you remember about what time that was?
I'm not sure what time it was, but he came for a cigarette.
And it was dark.
Yes, he asked me for a cigarette. I gave him a cigarette.
Okay.
I've been at the house all the time, and I've been trying to find out where she was at. Everybody telling me they didn't know where she was at.
Heather, why would you be wondering where she's at?
Because she always hang out with me every night. We always hang out every night. And I feed her kids and everything.
The last thing she told us was you came in there along with your friends, dragged her out of the house.
I put down everything I love. I put down my children's life. Burned her?
Yeah. And that's the last thing she told
us. Burned her?
Yes.
See, I ain't know nothing
Girl,
about
stop.
her being burned.
So tell me, what went on tonight?
I didn't see her tonight.
Hey, B, there you go. She talking.
It seems fair to say that detectives aren't buying her story. This only becomes more clear as additional horrible facts and evidence come to light.
But she was the only friend I was closest
Repeatedly,
to.
Modesty, over and over again. They keep lying when they say it. The girl told us what y'all did to her.
That's why you upset now.
I was crying because I didn't know that. I didn't know that she was intensive care. The lady told me she was intensive care and everything.
There's video of you in that car talking to your husband, and you ain't talking like this.
He was asking me, did I see her today? I told him I seen her earlier today.
Well, you know, we watched the video too, and we saw how you answered this question.
I don't care. I didn't have anything to do with this. Almost said, because this is my friend. We talking about this is my friend. You said that's going to die. This is my friend. You say going to die.
Yeah, you finna go to prison
That's
forever.
what I'm all saying, because you telling me my friend's going to die. I've been protected. I've been protected.
I don't want you to protect me.
I've been talking
I don't want no protection like that.
She get into it with them.
Who you got to protect her from?
Because she been getting into it with Tina and everybody.
Okay, so what's her and Tina got a beef over? Her and Tina said they get along fine.
See, look at you. Look at you. Look at you. You telling because you get out of here.
What's wrong with Tina's the one hanging out at your house tonight, right?
Yes, all of us is friends, but she wanted me to go out of town with her to be her mom. And I promised her I was going to go with her. I promised her I was going to go with her to see her mom. I was trying to help her get some money to get home to her mom. But she didn't have anybody here in Pensacola.
At the time Adriana was attacked, she was trying to leave Florida and return home to her mother, where she could get a fresh start at a healthy life. It's tragic that that opportunity was taken away from her. Whether Heather was actually trying to help her is uncertain. But there's no doubt Heather's hoping presenting herself like a savior to Adriana will make her look less guilty.
When I asked you about Adriana and her date, you said he was supposed to come pick her up, is what she told you.
Yes.
And then you said you were sitting at your house and you saw a set of headlights come down the driveway.
You can see headlights coming in.
But you didn't pay no attention to it.
No. So I don't know if he picked her up or what.
Okay.
But
Tina,
I seen
Tina, let's get back to Tina. Okay. Was she at your house at that time?
When the headlights came in? No, she was not at my house.
Okay.
She was not at my house.
Did you ever see?
And lie and say
we're not asking you to lie, but what did you see those headlights leave?
I seen them came in, they went down, and then the headlights came back up.
Came back. How long did they stay down there?
They had went down and was down for like 10 minutes. and then they came back up.
So you didn't.
I can lay right there on my couch by the door, and I can see headlights coming in.
Did you tell what kind of car it went to?
No, I didn't never look at the
So
window.
you didn't get up and look and see where the car went.
I didn't never get up to see where it went, but I can see the headlights coming in
Girl,
through
we're
my
not
front
buying
window,
that.
and I can see the headlights
We're
coming
not buying
back
that.
out through my window on the side where Adriana
Heather.
Shirley is.
Okay.
We ain't going, Heather.
Brittany don't have a car.
Okay. Was she riding around in a car tonight? Did you see her in a car? Was she riding with her friends?
I didn't see her tonight.
Soon after Heather was interrogated, the police returned to question Tina more. With Heather's testimony, they have some new ways to confront Tina.
The stories are a-changing.
It's interesting that Tina is sitting with her arms in her shirt, which isn't something we typically see with
cold,
adults.
fool.
We do know, however, that a fight or flight response can cause extremities to feel extremely cold.
So, you had time to think about it. Where were you tonight?
At home and at Heather's house.
Okay. When did you go over to Heather's house?
Like, when it started getting dark.
When it started getting dark.
About sunset.
And you stayed over there the rest of the night till the cops got there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Because that ain't the story I'm getting.
Okay.
You don't care, huh?
I didn't go anywhere.
Heather's saying you're gone for half an hour to an hour tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's cold.
After dinner.
Hour to an hour.
And you come back right before the cops are over there. Cops are over there around 10 o'clock. So from 9 to 10, I got you unaccounted for. So why is it that Heather's saying that your daughter didn't come by her house, that she went by your house?
Who went by my house?
Your daughter.
My daughter was at my house, supposedly.
Okay.
And she came to Heather's house.
We asked her if Brittany came by her house at all today. She said no. She said the only time she saw Brittany right after school at your house, and that's the only time she saw her today.
Well, maybe she didn't see her. I saw Brittany. When they asked who was at the door, Brittany said, "It's me, Mama." I opened the door. I went outside.
Trust me, she's cooperating with this as far as when we ask her stuff.
Yeah, he was trying to
specifically
go a different
was
direction.
Brittany at your house today?
He was super cap on that modesty.
At her house. I'm talking to
He was
Heather at
reaching
this
like
point.
hell.
And Heather saying no.
She was
And
never
I asked
inside
Heather
of Heather's house.
I asked Heather if you were over at her house, and she said yes. She came over around dinner time, and then she said you left for half an hour to an hour, and that when you come back, you come in a hurry, nervous, saying the cops are outside. Don't answer the door. Why is Heather telling me this?
You tell me. If me and Heather were together doing this, then how is Heather going to be already in the house and I'm not in the house?
Don't know.
It seems the detectives are trying to turn Tina against Heather by making Tina think they believe Heather may be innocent. This only stokes Tina's frustration more, as you're about to see.
The problem I got is that the story between you and Heather keeps getting further and further apart.
I have not changed nothing on mine.
Let me switch up.
Nothing at all. That's the truth. If that's the truth, then that's the truth, okay?
Okay.
Nothing's changed from what I've told you. Now, you have it? Nothing at all.
The divide between Tina and Heather was growing. Investigators had enough contradictions between the suspects' stories that the alarm bells were now deafening. They finally got word that Brittany's car had been located behind the house early in the morning. They brought Brittany in for questioning. Tina hadn't seen her daughter since she left for the hospital. Her panic when she thinks she sees Brittany in the hallway at the station before Brittany's first interview is evident.
Is that my daughter?
Come on. No, that's the other girl that was with you. Come on.
That's my daughter's
That
voice.
is not your daughter. You need to step back in here.
Brittany.
It's not Brittany. Jesus.
I thought
Have a seat.
That's my baby, y'all. They're doing that too. She didn't do nothing. Ooh, he probably telling her all kind of lies.
Is she afraid her daughter is about to reveal some incriminating information to detectives?
I don't know.
Here in the state of Florida, when a minor is taken into custody, efforts must be made to contact a parent or guardian. But generally speaking, an interrogation can take place, and this is likely not going to be favorable for Tina or her daughter. According to 16-year-old Brittany, she hung out with her friends Jessica and Mallory after school until late into the night, at which point they left for the hospital. Her story of why the trip was necessary and why her right hand was now in a cast is interesting, to say the least. When police ask her to sign a paper indicating that she's been read her rights, she struggles to sign because of her broken pinky finger, bringing even more attention to the mysterious injury.
Okay, I have to sign with my left hand.
Okay. What'd you do to get that hand?
I broke my pinky. It's really sloppy.
Yeah, just do the best you can. Why is it that you think you may be here? I know we talked to your mom last night. Did she tell you? What have you been told?
That they think that we did something to our next door neighbor.
To who?
Adriana.
Adriana? What is it that you think happened? Have you been told at all? Huh?
That I don't know. We used to hang out real good. We used to be real close. And then we just stopped hanging out like that.
Just stopped?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all have any beefs or anything like that?
No.
When was the last time you talked to her?
Yesterday. Around
daughter had the
4 o'clock, probably. She was riding a bike. And I just asked her where was she going with the bike. She said she was just going to ride.
Short conversation?
Yeah, it was short. That was it.
Brittany explains that she said hi to Adriana when she met her friend Mallory outside Brittany's home before the girls entered.
Went in the house and I started braiding my mom's hair.
Can't braid hair with a broken hand. Her ass did that swinging that crowbar.
She started saying I was hurting her head and stuff, so we stopped. And then she left to go down to Heather's house. And me and my other friends, we just stayed there. Just listening to music, danced, watch movies.
Who was at the house with you dancing and watching movies?
Mallory and Jessica.
Mallory and Jessica. Is that it?
Yep.
Brittany explains that Jessica lives next door. The activities began around 5 o'clock that evening, she claims, and they continued into the night.
About what time did everybody leave?
They stayed the night. Mallory stayed the night, but Jessica, she went home. She went home about 6 o'clock in the morning because we was at the hospital.
Because your hand?
Yeah.
Tell me how that happened.
Mallory, I was cleaning, we were in my room cleaning up my room, and I asked Mallory to toss me my key. And when she went to toss it, I went like that to try to catch him, and that's when I hit like the corner of the door right there. And that's how I broke it.
In your bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
About what time did that happen?
Around 1 o'clock, 1:30, and that's when we left to go to the emergency room.
About 1 or 1:30?
Mm-hmm. And I went.
Boy, there you go. Nasty house.
And I told my mom I messed up my arm, and she told me to just go ahead and drive myself to the hospital.
So you took yourself up there?
Yes.
Brittany claims that Jessica and Mallory went to the hospital with her.
And you talked to your mom about hurting your hand before you left?
Mm-hmm. I told her I went down, when I heard it, I went down to Heather's house to where she was at, and I showed it to her. And I told her I heard it, and she said, just go ahead and go to the hospital. And that's when we left.
So the only times I'm really missing is from about 6 to 1. Y'all dance and watch movies from 6 p.m. to 1 until you hurt your hand?
Yep.
Did y'all ever go outside the house?
Mm-mm.
Nobody saw y'all outside your house?
Nope.
Did you ever walk down the road to any of the trailers?
Nope. Everybody got to go to jail.
What time did your mom wind up coming home?
I don't know, actually, because I was asleep once I came back from the hospital. I went in her room and I went to sleep. And then that's when I got woken up by the police.
And it's important that you really concentrate on what you're telling us because it is on tape.
Mm-hmm.
Because your times are not adding up.
Okay.
Because you weren't there at your house between 6 and 1. We know that for a fact.
We were out there all night.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this ain't something we need to even ask anybody else. And it's important you tell us the truth about that, because something that minor, if you want to fib about that. You understand what we're saying?
Oh, she's so young.
But that's where I've been at the hospital. Mm-hmm.
We know you went to West Florida Hospital, but you didn't stay.
Yeah. They were taking too long, so we went to the other one. That's why we're just
And
not
you
getting
stayed
home.
there? You went immediately to the other one?
Mm-hmm.
We know that's not true.
Well, that's where I went, so.
I mean, you weren't home.
Then I was at the hospital.
No, you were at the hospital at 1 o'clock. You just said.
Mm-hmm. At West Florida.
That's absolutely right.
Where was
Booby.
you before that?
At home.
The police
You know what
came
time we
at
picked your
10.
mother up?
Man, take the whole trailer
Like at 10
park.
o'clock.
Whole trailer
Maybe
park
11
got to go.
So we were at your trailer. Your mother went inside. We got the title to the car. You weren't there. The truck wasn't here.
Then I must have already been gone to the hospital.
Since Brittany's story is unwavering, the police decide that it's time to take another approach. But will this one be more effective than the last?
We make mistakes. I make mistakes every day. Okay? There's stuff that I do that I wish that I could take back, but I can't. But the most important thing is that we come in here and we correct our mistakes, and you understand what I'm saying? Good people, if you've done something wrong, or if you know somebody else has, may not be you. But if we've done something wrong, we come in here and we talk about it. And if you know anything, then let's get it and make it right. There's consequences now.
What is that?
For mistakes that we make. So if something happened, if you know something happened, if you were there,
They're like fingernails.
because the story you're telling us is not even close. We want to come in here and resolve this and get it taken care of the best way we can. We had somebody hurt badly. You're a grown adult. You seem like a good person. Nobody's in here saying you're a bad person, but what we're saying is something bad happened to somebody that you know. And we feel like you know what happened.
Still, Brittany sticks to her story. It was clear to detectives after the initial interviews on March 24th and the morning of the 25th that there were big gaps in everyone's timelines. Though those inconsistencies would aid them in their investigation, they needed some hard evidence and statements from others to take that next step toward actually arresting the prime suspects for attempted murder. Thankfully for investigators, there was plenty of evidence at the crime scene. Just off of Ashland Avenue, only 2 miles from the trailer park, was a gas easement set back in the woods. It was there where the most gruesome part of the crime against Adriana took place. Upon entering the easement, detectives came across tire tracks. When Tina's maroon SUV was taken in, it was found that the tires were a match for the tracks left at the scene of the crime. And that wasn't the only evidence the car provided. Spots of blood were found on the dashboard of the car, smeared across the passenger seat headrest, and speckled throughout the back seat. At the easement where the car pulled off, signs of a struggle were evident. A crowbar sat in the grass with what appeared to be blood spatter peppered over the cold iron surface. Blood and ash were found to be pooled in various spots in the grass and dirt. Pieces of clothing, burnt to an absolute crisp, were found and identified as Adriana's. Her bra was nearly unrecognizable. White napkins marred by blood were also left at the scene, as well as a pair of white shoes. There was something else alongside the weapons and blood that may sound a bit familiar. Strands of a hair weave were strewn across the scene, and they didn't belong to Adriana.
You wear a weave? My daughter was doing it today.
Is that a weave?
It's weave.
Weave.
Weave. Yeah.
Oh, it looks real.
Thank you.
Uncle ain't know nothing about it.
Braids in it and everything? I don't know. Does she do all that?
Yeah, this is my hair right here.
Oh, that's your, okay.
Yeah, she was just braiding these in, but it hurt. We've been doing it for about 3 or 4 days now, and it hurt. Okay. Could somebody grab me some toilet paper so I can blow my nose, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
The police returned to the interview room about 30 minutes later. By now, it's around 2 in the morning, less than 12 hours after the 911 call was made, and they have a request that Tina may not even realize the importance of.
Tina, do me a favor, stand up, turn around. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Look at this right here. Oh, that's weave in there. That's weave in there. Yeah, take that out.
I told you that my daughter was.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize she was weaving all that in the back.
Yeah, so this is all my hair right here.
Okay. Okay. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
You see, the missing patch of hair on the back of Tina's head was a match for the hair left at the scene of the brutal attack. It's likely that as Adriana bravely fought for her life, she managed to pull out the chunk of Tina's hair. And if the matching hair wasn't damning enough, at the scene of the crime, investigators found perhaps the most critical piece of evidence in the case: a black taser lying in the grass, which brought up an important question.
Yeah.
Who owned the taser? As you can imagine, no one from the mobile home park could quite agree on an answer.
Good.
Though they were
Sherry,
eager to throw one another
her.
under the bus, their discussion of the taser gives a glimpse of the possible
Hey,
motive
hey,
behind the
hold
gruesome
on.
crime and provides a look at how dysfunctional their relationships were leading up to the attack on Adriana. In Tina's first interrogation, mere hours after the attack, investigators ask if she recalls police visiting to speak to Adriana about problems in the trailer park the previous week.
You know, the police came out there last week to talk to her about the problems she had in her neighborhood.
Yeah, they talked to me too.
Okay. So you were there.
Mm-hmm.
What was the problem?
Her and another girl come out there to fight Adriana because Adriana was supposed to have gotten smart with her on the phone.
Okay.
And Adriana's boyfriend was there, Andre Smith, and he sent Adriana in the house. No, he came outside the house, and he was saying that I was in the middle of that, which I didn't even know the white girl. And he said, he cussed all the kids out and me that was outside. And he told Adriana to go in the house and get that thing or whatever. She came back outside on the porch. She was on the porch cussing, and she came out in the walkway, and she tried to tase my daughter.
Who tried to tase your daughter?
Adriana.
Adriana got a taser? Mm-hmm. What kind of taser?
I just think it was a black one.
A black one?
She said that,
You seen it?
Yeah, everybody out there saw it. I just know it was black.
Okay.
And it made a loud noise.
Okay. Yeah,
everybody
so you think Darren and Heather gonna get away?
Different story about who owned the taser, however, and Tina isn't going to like it.
Does Brittany have any problems with Ariana?
Adriana had got into it, and Adriana tried to tase her. That's all that Brittany had told me. Adriana, they had got into it, and Adriana tried to tase her.
How long ago was this?
I think that was like 3 weeks ago. They had got into it.
What kind of taser she got? Who has the taser?
Brittany had a taser.
I had to stop it, y'all. I had to stop it. I was gonna two-part this, but I wanted to go because we gonna be about at 2 hours and 6 minutes. We gonna go for about 6 minutes, but we called this. We said she had got into it with Adriana, the Brittany, because she her mouth, and now she trying to be all. Hey, I hurt my arm with dancing and girl. Adriana got hold of that ass. You went and got your mama, and you and your mama jumped on that girl. And Heather no.
Brittany had a taser.
Heather help.
Did the taser belong to Brittany?
I'm not sure.
What that taser look like?
I seen it once before. It was big. It was long. It was a long taser. Mm-hmm. It was made.
What color?
Black.
Okay.
It was black. It was probably about that long. It had like little things on the side of it. I never seen the taser before. That was the first time I ever seen it. When I seen it.
How you know it was Brittany's?
Brittany had it, so I don't know.
Have you ever seen Brittany with that taser before this?
No. Today was the first time I seen her with it.
You saw Tina today
or today?
Today was the first time.
Today you saw Tina.
I seen Brittany with it on the counter earlier.
Today.
Earlier today, it was laying on a counter
in her house. In Tina's house.
And I seen that taser, and I asked her. I said, "What is that taser for?" And they told me to stay out of grown folks' business.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the uncertainty in her voice when she says no with an upward inflection. When she repeats her answers, it's clear that she's attempting to make them sound more affirmative and honest, and she's trying to solidify her story.
No,
She helped.
today was the first time I
She
seen her with.
helped.
Today was the first time.
Today you saw Tina? Was Tina there?
Tina was outside.
She didn't hear us say that?
No.
When you asked her about that?
Tina was outside. Tina always telling me to stay out of grown folks' business.
When the investigators returned to question Tina after speaking with Heather, they had new information to use against her in their quest for answers.
We talked to you earlier about a taser.
I told you about a taser.
What'd you tell me about that taser?
That Brittany and the day that a white girl came over to fight Adriana. That Andre told Adriana to go get that thing, and she went in the house and got a taser.
Okay.
Tried to tase Brittany with it.
Okay. What about the taser that was over at your house today?
Taser at my house? I don't know about it.
You don't know about a taser at your house?
No, sir.
I've been told about a taser at your house.
I didn't know it was there.
You don't know anything about it, huh?
Tina is extremely uncomfortable with this topic of conversation. She repeats back the question, which has the same sort of effect as a pause. It gives her more time to contemplate her answer.
Yeah.
She keeps her hands perfectly
at my
placed in
house?
her lap, which is extremely atypical in normal conversation and indicates she is in a state of cognitive overload as a result of having to think very hard about what she should say. We don't observe these types of responses in individuals who are volunteering information from actual memory, and her odd behavior certainly hasn't gone unnoticed by the investigators.
Heather's telling me that she always has to protect Adriana from you and your daughter.
So whole time Heather was kind of telling the truth? Damn.
You and your daughter chasing around all over the place. Your daughter has a taser. She saw the taser over at your house today.
My baby don't have a taser. We never had a taser.
I don't know. That's what she's telling me. Why is she telling me that?
I don't know. We never had a taser, sir.
Okay.
Adriana had a taser. We never had a taser. My baby was tased.
Y'all stories are getting further and further apart.
Like I said, Adriana tried to tase Brittany with the taser. Brittany has a scratch across her chest right here. That I was grabbing Brittany from off the porch so that they wouldn't fight. I told you we were best friends in that trailer park in the beginning.
That's funny, because Heather says that her and Adriana are best friends and that you and Adriana don't get along and that you and Adriana are constantly having problems and that you and your daughter have been chasing Adriana around this trailer park, trying to hurt her, and that you have a taser in your house. And that taser was Brittany's taser, and that Brittany had chased
when the police come out there. If you can check back, when the police came out there, Adriana called the police that day.
Okay.
I told the police what happened. The same thing I'm telling you is that Adriana tried to tase Brittany with the taser. The same thing I'm telling you, Adriana called the police that day.
And you want to press charges?
No, what'd I say?
I don't know.
No, actually,
Why
no.
would
They
Adriana
didn't
try to
come out there
tase
to
Brittany if
press
she
charges.
was
They told
arguing
us
with
to just
someone
cool
else?
it out. Cool it out. For us, stay on.
Exactly. How did the white girl, and that's what her words were, how was the white girl coming to fight Adriana end up you and Adriana's boyfriend getting into it? Because he said you was in the middle of it, Tina. Then Brittany, I guess she ran out there and said, "Oh, you gonna get up my mama baby?" So how did you end up getting into it? That's what I'm trying to figure.
Our side for her to stay on that side. That's what
I
he
talked
said.
to the officer who came out there that night.
Was supposed to be leaving town. She was not going to be here for long.
Okay, right. Because I talked to that officer. He told me exactly that. Okay. But he told me that Adriana did not wish to pursue charges against y'all.
Well, he never asked us about pressing charges. He just said for us to cool it out because he's tired of coming out here.
He didn't ask you because you weren't the one bringing forth the charges. She was.
Okay. Why would I bring charges? I didn't.
No, you weren't.
I know
she was going to bring charges against y'all for attacking her.
But we didn't attack her.
But so that's what
was she needed
told.
Her boyfriend. Adriana's boyfriend told her to go get that thing. Adriana was standing on the porch arguing. She wasn't even thinking about going to get a taser. He told her to go get that thing. We didn't know what that thing was until she came outside with it. I didn't know she had a taser.
Then why is Heather saying that she sees the taser in your house and that Brittany has it and that Brittany has tried to... I know where it is right now. It's in my evidence locker.
Okay, well then how do we have it?
Because Heather says you have it.
Where in the get a taser from? We don't even know nobody here. We don't have no family here. Only people we know is the people in the trailer park. Where would we get a taser from?
I don't know.
Yeah, we ain't. Hey,
You can buy them all over the.
Hey, Nick Wade. On the west side of Atlanta, if they say go get that thing, it ain't no taser. It ain't no damn taser. No sirski. You better be goddamn shooting first or back.
They sell them at pawn shops and everywhere else.
As you can see, Tina is growing frustrated with Heather throwing her daughter under the bus. Brittany, however, seems a lot less upset about it.
We have information that you and Andrea, that y'all argued a lot. Mm-hmm. And y'all fought. Your mom had to break you up one time. Is this true?
Yeah.
What was y'all fighting about?
I have the slightest idea. If you really want to know the truth, somebody else was there to fight her. We were outside to watch it. She gets mad and she tries to tase me.
We have Heather saying that the taser belonged to you.
Mm-hmm.
She's seen it at your house.
Okay.
Is this the truth or a lie?
It's a lie. Only time I've seen a taser was when Adriana tried to tase me. That night, that day, Mom had to separate us.
How long ago was that?
2 weeks ago.
If I had to go get that thing, I'm not going to be there when that thing get back.
Is that when you almost had to fight on the porch?
Exactly.
You ever seen
no
a stun gun over in anybody's house?
Go.
Yeah.
Where you seen one at?
Zimmerman's house.
Okay. That's interesting you say that, because your wife says she saw.
Man, listen. Y'all about to go over y'all hours. I'm going to pay y'all this time for overtime. We're going to be overtime now. Make sure payroll got your money right. So to get paid for your overtime, if you're on YouTube, you got to hit that heart button. Make sure you get your overtime. We're going to let this one rock on out. This was supposed to be 2 days worth of work. Y'all putting in good effort
over
today.
at Tina's house. So your wife's telling us all this stuff that makes Tina look bad. And you're telling us that it was at Zimmerman's house, right?
It was gave to her.
It was gave to her by who?
Andre Smith.
Andre Smith gave her a taser.
Yeah.
Where's Andre Smith?
He locked up.
Is that her boyfriend or her husband?
Her boyfriend.
Boyfriend. And describe it. Well, actually, I already described it, didn't I? Can't really ask you to describe it.
Like you got tape on it because the back part missed.
Oh, yeah? Who put the tape on? Who put the tape on?
Who put the tape on?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who put the tape on.
You mentioned some tape.
He did.
Because there's tape on there.
Did.
On that tape.
All right.
He did. He did it. On God, he not. On God, he not. He flawed. He's not no street nigga at all. He just sell dope. He's not no street nigga. He's not that. He don't live by the code.
But you saw it with tape on there because the back's missing. So, I mean, you seeing a taser and there's tape on it is one thing. You seeing a taser and knowing the reason for the tape being on it is
I appreciate your lead detective modesty.
So how come you know
we gonna make
that
sure
the back
payroll
is missing?
straight, y'all.
Was this explained to you, or did you see it put on, or do you know?
No, I seen the tape.
Okay. But like I said, seeing tape, if you saw tape on this recorder on here.
See, I gotta definitely pay y'all overtime because you just damn snapped. Yes, him and Tina matching up because he beating the whole trailer park. He beating them all. He's like, that's it. Whoa, you just hit it on the head. You just hit it on the head, boy.
You wouldn't necessarily know that the tape's on there to keep the battery in place.
Detective.
If you ain't got no back part, I know.
It doesn't have no back part. Okay. So it has no back plate and tape's on it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this detective.
That does make sense.
And he throw them things back on him.
So Andre Smith gave it to her.
Yeah.
Where does she normally keep
it? He said that man
in a cabinet.
Where?
In the top
whole name, Andre Smith.
Refrigerator.
Who else would know
His
this?
mama named Jenny.
Whoever been in the house.
Why she go? Hey, here's where I keep my taser.
No, because she was like always pulling it out and be playing with it.
Really? Well, she made threats with people or something?
No, she just be playing. You know. Now I ain't gonna lie. At one point in time, everybody was cool with everybody.
Strangely enough, Darren's story aligns more closely with Tina's than with his own wife's. It's possible that Heather is trying to frame Tina, while Darren is telling the truth so he doesn't get himself into trouble. The taser incident between Adriana and Brittany is just one domino falling in the long line of conflict that led to the attack of Adriana,
Let me go back big
a
screen, 'cause this
compounding of
thing getting
incidents that
turned
will
up.
unravel, revealing an absurd motive. Following the first round of interrogations,
At
everyone
this
was
point,
released
right
and
now,
sent home, unaware of just how much evidence was rapidly
we got
stacking
30
up
minutes.
against them.
20 minutes. I'm
And
sorry,
though
20
they
minutes.
weren't talking freely to police, they sure were talking to people in their lives, people they probably shouldn't have been trusting. On April 7th, 2010, officers received a call from one of Tina's relatives in Illinois. They refused to identify themselves and stated that they had information to disclose about the case. According to the source, Tina called her mother 2 days after the attack and admitted that she, Brittany, and Heather beat Adriana. She managed to scramble away, which caused a heated argument between Tina and Brittany. Brittany tackled Adriana as she made one last attempt to escape into the woods, and it was then that Tina lit her on fire. Tina, Heather, and Brittany callously fled. Though Brittany realized she left her shoes at the scene of the crime as they drove away, Tina told her it was too late to turn around. Afterward, Tina ordered Brittany to leave the area and stay away until the police were gone. Brittany took that time to take care of some evidence, washing the car interior with hand sanitizer, burning the clothes they were wearing, and disposing of the lighter fluid. While telling her relatives the story, Tina didn't appear to have much remorse whatsoever for her actions. When her relatives urged her to turn herself in so the law would potentially go easy on Brittany, Tina told them that even if Adriana died, they'd be fine because the cops had no real evidence against them.
Yeah.
But on the late night of April 8th, only one day after that call was made to the police, Adriana tragically passed away, her family by her side, having never woken from the coma she fell into. She died just 5 days before her 20th birthday and never had the opportunity to turn her life around. The attempted murder that police
Y'all grown-ass ladies jumped on that baby.
were almost certain Tina, Brittany, and Heather had committed had turned into a homicide. On the same day that Adriana passed, even more evidence against the 3 women was brought to light.
That's
Police
real
received a call
sad,
from a high school classmate of Brittany's named Regine, stating that she had been being harassed by Brittany and Tina regarding the case. When police reported to the high school, Regine stated she had received multiple calls from both Brittany and Tina, trying to convince her to pose as Brittany during a polygraph test so that Brittany could pass. The police were almost certain they were the culprits, but the question of why they committed these terrible crimes in the first place remained to be answered. To get to the bottom of it, both Brittany and Tina were interviewed immediately after their arrests.
Tina, you remember me? And this investigator, Tyree.
So they was out free for a little bit.
However, instead of starting with questions, they began by giving her some information.
Now we're going to tell you what we think happened. Good, Tom.
On that particular night, you, Brittany, and Heather were gotten in a
Miss
verbal
T,
altercation, a physical
y'all,
altercation
God
with
dang, boy.
Adriana Zimmerman. Okay.
How do I be finding this shit? How?
The fight kind of escalated a little bit, got out of hand. She was attacked with a pry bar, whatever you want to call it, crowbar, and then she was disabled with a stun gun, and then set on fire.
And all this was supposed to happen in the trailer park and nobody heard it.
Not at the. I didn't say at the trailer park. I'm saying during that night. It originated at the trailer park. You, Brianna, Brittany,
Trying to pop
Heather,
off.
and maybe.
Cause y'all wanted to celebrate. Y'all wanted to glow, baby. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet shit, bro. Like ratchet. Just jealousy and envy. Yes. Did we figure out? They finna say now. Why do women do the most brutal acts? The type of crime had a woman's fingerprint all over it. 4 lives gone for sure. No, not yet, but we here.
1 or 2 other people
Make sure
transported
y'all
her
hit the
over to
button now
the
so y'all can get y'all overtime.
Ashland Avenue on the gas lines.
Salute to y'all. I love y'all.
The what? What?
Ashland Avenue.
What is that?
It's another road over by the house. And that's where it went bad. We've got information that you're involved in it.
It's true they do in fact have some groundbreaking information. You see, there's a very specific reason that Tina was sought out by investigators, and when they finally divulge it, she's going to be absolutely shocked.
Like this, Tina.
Listen.
Not only did our victim name you,
You know
first
what?
and
We
last
went
name,
and talked to those
not
people
only
yesterday.
did they name Heather, not only did they name your daughter, you've also told people. You know, that's how we know the story too.
Me?
Yeah. Why don't you let me finish telling?
Okay.
Okay?
Go ahead.
We hear that you used lighter fluid, poured it on her and lit her up. And you're mad at Brittany because she got up off the girl, and that's how she got up and got to run away.
I'm mad at my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else, sir?
Yeah.
What else? What else is it?
She told 2 people.
Who?
She told the fire chief and she told the EMS supervisor.
Okay. Now, when did she do that?
Right before they put her under.
I got to talking to her and I told her that I was probably going to be the last person she talked to for a while, and that in order to catch the people that did this to her, I needed her to tell me if she knew who it was.
Ooh, I gotta go big
She told me
screen, y'all.
yes, and she named 3 girls, a Tina, a Heather, and a Brittany. She did not give me last names. And I asked her why they did it to her, and she said, I thought we'd made up.
If Adriana's supposed to have told these people this, wouldn't you think that she would have told them everything that can happen if you land on the ground and you burning up and you about to die?
She told everything she could was the pain she was in at that time, and they didn't give her long because they had to put her out. She said, EMS supervisor told her. She kept asking her,
They catch her on the bad time every time this team.
She said, I'm going to do the best we can for you.
The detectives have become privy to some other damning information that they share with Tina, and it's all about to come crashing down on her.
He ain't going around here telling people you killed that girl. You talking to your relatives and telling them that, and they calling us. But you talking to somebody and telling them that, she go ahead and die, y'all be good to go. Well, that ain't the case, is it? Because she died. She died last night. Succumbs to her wounds.
They told us that she was in a coma yesterday.
She died last night.
She died last night. Why do you think we come back out there like gangbusters today?
Mm-hmm. That's why you're under arrest for murder.
Dad, the one who told us that.
Who?
Our lawyer's Gene, his dad. He said he called down there and they said that she was in a deep coma.
Well, she didn't come out of it. But guess what? We got information from the ME that she didn't make it because of the burns. Now you sit there, you think about it. You think about what we're saying. That woman, those kids would never see their mama again. You've got a chance to see your kids.
You think I don't know that?
You got a chance to see your kids again somewhere down the road. Now, like I said, we're not gonna sit here with you as long as we did the other night. Maybe you didn't mean for it to be this way, but that's what I said. We don't know. So you're gonna need us to be able to tell your side of the story when it comes time to go before the judge. And by you just sitting over there, not thinking we don't have nothing, we've only gave you a little bit of what we got. Mm-hmm. And believe me, it's not hearsay.
Clyde wasn't playing with her whole time.
We know. We know that
he wasn't playing with her.
That night, those clothes were taken and burned that y'all were wearing.
Burn where?
We
still had the same clothes on the next morning when they came to get us.
Don't you have 2 small children? You know these children?
Yes, I know them.
Okay. This is their mama they ain't never going to see again.
Boy.
And that oldest
all because
I think the oldest one
of
was
some
a boy,
emotion.
correct? He saw this. He saw the stuff going down at the trailer park that night.
No, when those people said that those babies was locked up in the room.
I'm saying they saw all the commotion with us at their all's house that night. They were sitting in back of that patrol car. They knew something was wrong.
Yep. They
Have you ever heard of a dying declaration?
On them.
No.
That's powerful. I'm gonna tell you now. When we walk out this door this afternoon, there's not go. Next time you see me, we'll be in a courtroom.
Either way it go, I ain't going home. So, right.
But Tina, I don't want to walk out this door.
I want to talk, but I'm not saying nothing what I want to tell. I can't hear what you said.
What'd you say? You
Usually when I'm talking to somebody about a murder that's happened, and I'm giving them that advice that I think they should talk to me, because I realize it's probably one of the last things you want to talk to a person about. And certainly you don't want to tell the cops about it. But I think the thing that keep in mind and what I reiterate to these people is that, if there's circumstances, if there's a reasoning behind this that could be mitigating, I mean, if there's a reason why this happened that, shows why you did this, it had to be agonizing. And then to run a distance that she ran, because we know, the burnt clothes and her shoes and everything is right there in the woods. To run that distance to a house and beg for help and to wait there, still cooking, for the ambulance to get there. And then the last thing you're saying is, besides telling who your accusers are, am I going to see my kids? Am I going to live? Those are your last questions before you're knocked out and told, hey, you may or may not talk to somebody again.
In one last-ditch effort to get a confession or some semblance of remorse from Tina, a detective presents her with a photo of Adriana's charred body.
Just let me tell you something. That's her body. Hey, let me look at. I want you to look at him so I know you understand what I'm saying. The medical staff and the medical examiner's office didn't even know if this girl was white or black female or white female, because she was so burnt so bad. They didn't have a copy of our report at the time. You wouldn't want this to happen to you, would you? You wouldn't want to go out this way, would you? Huh?
He chastising her ass now. He on her.
So we're gonna transport you across the street.
I ain't even mad.
Right now.
Tina doesn't budge. However, the photos have clearly had an effect on her. After she's left in the room waiting to be taken to jail, she mumbles haunting things to herself through her sobs, even seemingly calling out to Adriana. The words she chooses to use are bone-chilling.
Adriana, Lord have mercy. Come back and haunt us, terrorize. Please, Adriana.
Haunt you? And your daughter?
Adriana.
And Heather?
I told you. Oh, you was a sweet girl. Oh, I tried to avoid.
What?
The question of why they committed these terrible crimes in the first place remained to be answered. As it turns out, there were numerous alleged love triangles within the trailer park. All of the dirty truth, it seems, began making its way to the surface. Not only did Adriana reportedly tell Heather that Tina was sleeping with Darren, but allegedly Adriana herself was sleeping with Darren. And Heather had confronted her about it. It's a messy web of cheating and lies, one that Darren is surprisingly transparent about. However, he leaves out something that came out during the trial. According to Tina, She only slept with Darren in exchange for substances.
I called this on the head, boy. Did I not call this? Did I not say this? They exchanging coochie for the money. Boy, y'all was short today. Yes, sir, risky.
There's been a discussion between us about an accusation flying around between you being accused of sleeping with your neighbor and friend of your wife. Is that correct? Yeah. What's her name? Tina Brown. Tina Brown, okay. So the accusation is that you've been sleeping with Tina Brown, and who has been making these accusations? Everybody. Everybody. Yeah. Has Andrina Zimmerman been making those accusations? Yes, my wife told me that. She told her that today. Okay, so your wife told you that Andriana had reported to her.
Say that girl name right. Adriana, nigga.
Yes, okay.
If you recall, in Darren's video interrogation with police, he dilly-dallied on the phone while he was unashamedly talking and laughing with someone.
Oh, not dilly-dally. No boy, dilly-dally. Yeah, I know. Yes, sir.
Someone who wasn't his wife.
I will call you right back, man.
Okay, right there, man. I told y'all.
You done?
Real peace.
Yeah. All right. Who's that, Heather?
Little tenderoni.
Huh?
Little tenderoni.
I was a little tenderoni, man.
Oh, sorry. When you said you were on the phone with your sugar thing or whatever just now, was it Tina you were talking to? Okay. But you told me that night you were seeing Tina.
Yeah.
Okay. So is she not your sugar thing?
Yeah, that's my old mama.
Okay. That's your old mama. Okay. All right. Did you and Ms. Zimmerman have any kind of relationship?
Somewhere.
All right. Did y'all have?
Somewhere.
Okay. This ain't like Monica Lewinsky, man. We you know, did you have sex with her or didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had sexual intercourse with Ms. Zimmerman.
Square.
Yeah.
Did your wife know of this?
No.
Did your wife know of you having sex with Tina?
No.
I bet she don't know about this other thing you got on the side either, does she? Okay. Okay. So, have you been accused by Heather of having sex with Zimmerman?
This man, hell, boy.
Did Tina make any accusations? I mean, Tina probably knows that you're sleeping with Zimmerman, doesn't she? Okay, so none of you girls know that you're sleeping with the other one. You're doing a good game, right? Okay. So, Heather
that boy spitting PE
is aware of the accusations of you having sex with Tina. Yeah. But her and Tina are still tight cooking fish together. See, that's what blows my mind, man. You got a good game going on. If them two, knowing the accusation there, you still got them over there cooking fish together. Either you got a good game or Tina does, because she's playing it off well. So,
that boy swerving,
you know, me and Rusty sat there and laughed about that all night, but we couldn't figure out how you were getting away with that, man, because our wives, you know, we'd be done. They'd have our cars and our boats and everything else, you know. So you getting away with it.
On May 10th, soon after Tina, Heather, and Brittany were arrested, the police received a letter from an incarcerated man who said he knew who killed Adriana and what the true motive was for the heinous crime. He stated that several months prior to the murder, he bought an illegal substance from Darren at the Roadway Inn. He alleged that Adriana was with Darren in the hotel room while the illegal transaction took place. According to him, Heather arrived and threatened Adriana with a box cutter, reportedly yelling that she would get Adriana sooner or later. Fortunately, their day in court came sooner rather than later. During the trial, it was revealed that the murder was even more disturbing than police could have imagined. Adriana had been lured to the trailer by Tina under the guise of rekindling their friendship. When she arrived, Tina used the stun gun on her and dragged her to the bedroom. There, Heather stuffed a sock in her mouth, and Brittany beat her. When they drove her to the woods, Brittany and Tina took turns tasing her until Tina poured gasoline on her and lit her on fire. According to Heather, as the fire started, Tina jumped up and down, exclaiming, "Burn, bitch, burn." Tina Brown received a death sentence for her crimes against her former friend, making her one of only 3 women on Florida's death row.
That's Tina? I need to move to a trailer park because these nice neighborhoods ain't it, bro. That boy got it all. That boy got him 7 women at the trailer park, wife cool with it. And instead of her getting mad at him, she go kill the head competition. Ooh. And then got his other side chick to chip in to knock off the new competition. Ooh. Why every roadway ain't got drug activity? Everyone in America, every single one, sugar walls. What happened to Tina? I don't know what happened to Tina.
Though Brittany was 16 at the time of the murder,
damn, she looked like
she
her
was
mama.
sentenced to life in prison.
Yeah.
Heather took a plea bargain, testifying against Tina in order to receive only 25 years for the second-degree murder she was convicted of. At the time of this video, Tina has filed a motion to have her death sentence thrown out because of false testimony at her trial. According to Tina and a witness at the trial, the witness was coerced by Heather to testify that Tina had confessed to her in jail that she was the mastermind behind Adriana's murder. Heather reportedly threatened the witness, forcing her to say that Heather was present but had nothing to do with the murder. To this day, the former friends are spinning rumors about each other and trying to climb over one another to reach salvation. Only time will tell what the law will decide. But one thing is for certain, this brutal yet petty crime against Adriana should never have happened.
Boy. Dang, y'all put in that good overtime work today. That was sad, man. That was super sad that it had to end that way. I'm glad they got the sentences that they got. I'm glad they got let little mama Brittany, she's 16. Y'all taking turns tasing this woman in the car. Y'all don't put a sock in her mouth. All because your husband, Darren, had goddamn beat her little back out and was enjoying. And oh my God, boy. And then get what Darren doing? Get what they say, how many charges Darren got? Y'all crashed out about a man and he laid up with his next play right when he knew y'all was going to jail. That's why he ain't care about you talking to him in the back of the car. That's why. Bro is a duck. He a duck. He messed up Adriana life. He messed up Brittany life. He messed up Tina life. He messed up Heather life. And the next life, that's 5 women. Not to mention who else he might be in the trailer park knocking down. Man, bro, I just want to say I appreciate y'all for putting in overtime. I know I worked just. I told you I'm gonna have payroll. Payroll gonna be right. They're gonna be right Friday. Y'all gonna be like, oh dang, my check look good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to payroll right now because I don't want no problems on Friday because I don't want y'all to quit on me. So we had a good turnout today. Y'all all showed up, and I want to say thank you for the love. We're gonna only get bigger from here. But make sure y'all follow my girl Modest Moments, the conductor of the band camp. Band camp Fridays belongs to Modest Moments. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit Tay White, young Tay White, the younger CEO I know. We got that y'all messing with it, the dopest video reaction show out. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go on, check out the music, check out the show. It's a show within the show within the show. If you haven't seen one, I suggest you go check it out. Like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. GFT, you know, that's me and that boy Boss Blake. Hit notification, subscribe, and notification. Follow Boss, hit subscribe and notification. And you know, your boy, Uno Ivory Wayans. Hit your boy, Uno the One. Subscribe, notify. What's tonight, man? I might spin back. Y'all want to do a little nightcap? Y'all feel like doing a little extra work tonight? Hit the notification bell to see if we tap in. I love y'all, man. We out of here. Good work today. I give us an A+. Again, y'all been doing y'all thing. Good work, team.
Here this morning, police are looking for a
the only detective agency capable of handling these grotesque and obscene cases. Look no further than the DaOnes Detective Agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
Hey, what's up?
DaOnes Detective Agency.